Okay, my name's Gary. This is a song called Buskin' for Beer. It happened in the 70s in a bar in northern New Mexico, the Broken Butt Saloon. Bar's closed, been closed a long time, but it's still there. Anyway, for a long time I thought buskin' meant riding experience at Buskin' for Beer. Mike and me, with nothing much to do, one Saturday afternoon, decided to try some buskin' at the Broken Butt Saloon. Mike, he had some talent on that old guitar of his. Me, I'd sing and play along and ignore the chords I missed. The Broken Butt Saloon, now closed for many years. I won't forget that first attempt at buskin' for some beers. The saloon was all but empty, just the owner and one crusty fool who was sleeping on a bar stool with his head down leaking drool. The floor was thick with sawdust to soak up spilled beer and blood, the ceiling covered with trucker hats and bras and other duds. The saloon had a couple of old jukeboxes, a player piano too, and the owner said if we was any good, we could play a song or two. The Broken Butt Saloon, now closed for many years. I won't forget that first attempt at buskin' for some beers. Mike and me, we got tuned up and kicked off our first song. It only took a minute for things to start to going wrong. The drunk woke up and looked around to figure out the sound. We thought we had an audience, but we're soon to be confound. Our thoughts of fame and fortune were shattered pretty quick. The drunk moved to the jukebox, dropped a quarter, made a pick. Next, the Nickelodeon, it played old 78s, and when he put a nickel in, it played some 40s plates. His final stop was that old piano for a little more compounding, and when it started scrolling tunes, a dog began to howling. The Broken Butt Saloon, now closed for many years. I won't forget that first attempt at buskin' for some beers. Mike and me, we gave up quick, sat back and drank our beer. This buskin' wasn't near as easy as first it would appear. I looked at Mike and shook my head. This just weren't our day. I said the acoustics suck in here and it's too noisy anyway. And I hesitate to mention that song we opened with, I can't believe you picked Love the One You're With. Mike shook his head and took a drink and glared at me anew. And when he finally spoke, he said, the problem's mostly you. Oh, the Broken Butt Saloon, now closed for many years. I won't forget that first attempt at buskin' for some beers. I'll do one more. This happened back in the 60s. New York, Pennsylvania border. I used to hang out at this used car lot right on the Pennsylvania-New York border. And it wasn't your high-class used car lot. It was more like East 6th Street or worse. And they had these cars you could buy for $35 way at the back, fixer-uppers, parts cars. And I was there the day this family came in and bought one of those cars. and they took a piece of cardboard and wrote "lost tag" on it and put it in the back window of the car. You don't see that anymore, but there was a time when that was pretty normal. And they were heading for South Carolina, 600 miles, and they left. And I always wondered how they could possibly go 600 miles in that old $35 car with a lost tag cardboard in the window and not get stopped. But a few weeks later, my buddy there said they made it. They made it in that car all the way. So I've always kind of wondered how that trip went. So lost tag, that's kind of what this is all about. State Line Garage, south of Elmira on the Pennsylvania line, near Route 15 and 600 miles from somewhere in South Carolina. If you was down and out and had few dollars to your name, on the back lot was a car for 35 bucks and change. The car didn't look like much, but it ran and had fair tires. A cardboard lost tag in the window, it might make 600 miles. So Ma and Pa and kids and a cat and everything they owned climbed in and headed south, hoping somehow to make it home. The law won't pull you over, rather let you roll on through. There's another county not far away, let them take care of you. The law won't pull you over, they got better things to do. Living on peanut butter, bread, and water, and save your cash for gas. Taking handouts or begging strangers, something pride would make you pass. They'd be on the road for a day or three if nothing big went wrong. Sleeping at the roadside, resting, waiting for the dawn. Don't drive at night, can't trust the lights to see what's up ahead. It's hard enough to stay awake without that added dread. The car, she smoked a little, the transmission slipped a lot. The slow and steady was okay, 'cause the brakes was kinda shot. The law won't pull you over, no money to be made. To stop you would cost the county more than what he's paid. The law won't pull you over, just bowed their head and prayed. Stop for gas, free air and water at stations along the route. An Arkansas credit card helped fill up the tank to boot. So on you cruise down Route 15, don't risk the interstate. Got no legal tag nor paperwork, and this means of slow escape. Let's just ride along with them for a ways. Enjoy the scenery. Pa, he's real quiet. Got a grip on that steering wheel, and he's listening hard to that car. Ma's real quiet too. She's busy darning some socks, and every once in a while she knocks off a prayer. The kids is in the back seat. They's fussing over 2 Crayolas and 1 coloring book. Whose turn? And the cat, he was wondering about the cat. It's under the front seat, found a mouse to play with. Well, word came through the grapevine, and they made it all the way. The rusty car sits behind a barn, that's where the kids now play. And it don't hurt to mention On that rusty bumper, too, was a faded, worn-out sticker saying, "What would Jesus do?" And the law didn't pull them over. They didn't see a threat from Mom and Pa and kids and a cat in a $35 rack. The law didn't pull them over. Figured, what the heck?